How to neutralize your partner's triggers. In case we haven't met yet, I'm Jess X Goh, and I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. I feel called to share with you my personal experience, how I was able to successfully help my partner to process his triggers without getting caught up in the drama and chaos, but to simply neutralize it from a place of compassion and curiosity. And I'm going to teach you how you can do the same for your partner or for someone that you love so dearly close to you. Now, first and foremost, it's really important for you to understand that when someone is triggered, it has got nothing to do with you. You are just the person who happened to activate their core wounding inside of them that has not been resolved. And that core wounding is to do with family dynamics in our upbringing in the first 7 to 8 years of life. And so if these traumatic emotions have not been addressed, then we transfer it on to our partners or our loved ones until we have the awareness to then do something about it. So the first thing is, whenever I notice my partner gets triggered by me, perhaps it was something that I said or the way I said it, and the energy that it carries creates this charge for him to take it personally, and it then brings a wounding in him. And the wounding could be rejection. The wounding could be feeling abandoned, not seen and not felt. The wounding could be taking the constructive feedback as a criticism and making it personal that he is flawed or imperfect. Whatever the wounding is, we must first and foremost hold space for the wounding. And the reason why we hold space for the wounding is because we are giving permission for the wound to be seen, to be felt, to be heard by the other and for that person. If you struggle to hold space for another person's trigger, then you need to look within yourself. How do you find it uncomfortable to hold space for your emotions and your triggers? The more you are able to hold space for your emotions and your triggers, and that it is safe to feel them and process them, then it becomes easier to hold space for your partner's and anyone else's woundings and triggers. So you must experience it first for you to then embody this. So when I hold space for my partner, I don't say anything, and I just let him express the painful emotions that's showing up for him, and to allow him to have that vented out, so that gives him permission to provide healing for that little boy that is holding on to that wounding. The second thing is that I use my curiosity not from a place of judgment or being right by interrogating him, but to use my curiosity from a place of compassion to inquire what is showing up for him so I can understand him without influencing him or manipulating him or changing him or fixing him. And that is the hardest bit. So to do that, we also too must learn to practice compassion for ourselves and not trying to figure out how to fix ourselves and our imperfections to go away, but to simply accept what is showing up in the wounding. So I use my curiosity as an observer and ask, honey, what's showing up for you? Is everything okay? And then he'll start sharing what's showing up for him. And then the third thing is you hold space again. So you hold space and just allow him or her to vocalize their wounding in a more linear, logical framework where they can put words into it. And as I just keep holding space for him to share what he needs to share, the fourth thing is to never take it personally, because the wounding has got nothing to do with me. It is the core wounding within that person that must be resolved. So to neutralize that, you must avoid interrupting that person when they're speaking. Don't cut them off when they're sharing, because what that does is when you interrupt someone when they're sharing, you are causing a disruption in their emotions and their thought patterns, and it makes them retract and they don't feel safe because they're not being seen, heard and felt by you when you interrupt or cut them off. So the best thing you can do is just to hold space and listen, and just use your curiosity from a place of compassion to understand them, because that's all your partner ever wants, or any of your loved ones, is to be understood. And you would know the feeling as well when you share a wounding, a trigger, that all you want is to be understood, and that's exactly what they want as well. And they will then figure out what the problem is. So number 5, use compassion as your intention. And when you hold the energy of compassion, you'd be surprised that they will soften and they will drop into their heart space, and they will then understand why they got triggered, because you didn't disrupt their flow of tuning in within themselves. So there you have it, my love. I really hope this helps you. How to neutralize your partner's triggers as well as your own triggers is to simply by holding space, to let go of any judgment or hitting an agenda to change them or manipulate them to be a certain way for you, because that is love with conditions, not unconditional love. And to use curiosity to inquire, what is showing up for that person? Why is it that they're in so much pain? Let me understand them without the need to fix them. And to just hold the frequency of compassion, which is unconditional love. And this will help them to soften and neutralize the situation, and to continually hold space until they're able to get to the bottom of why they're feeling that way without any disruption or interruption, unless they ask for feedback. And you must share the feedback from an observer. And you could say, just from my perspective as an observer, I can see that you got triggered when I said this because it reminded you of rejection and you felt like you were being pushed away. And this will just bring awareness for them to understand where that trigger is coming from and the pattern as well. And that is helping them to provide healing into that if they are open to the feedback. But do not give feedback if they didn't ask for it, because they're not being seen, felt and heard by you. If you got something out of this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this a like, comment below and share it with your loved ones or your partner who are in need of this. And also, if you would like to go deeper into your healing journey, I invite you to join me for my winter solstice ancestral trauma clearing circle, which you can click on the links below to learn more and to book your spot. You will also get access to the replay for 1 month if you can't attend live. It is a powerful transmission. If you want to start clearing some karmic ties and burdens that has been passed down to you from your parents and their lineage, to create some shifts in your life. I also run my face-to-face 2-day workshops and retreats in Australia and in London. So if you'd like to learn more about that, please click on the link below to check out my upcoming immersions if you are ready to live a life beyond trauma. And you can also work with me privately, one-to-one, in my 3-month container called Find Yourself and Trust, which is done online. If you want that extensive support and a transformation in all areas of your life. Or you can choose to work with me one-to-one in a 1-day private, personalized trauma recovery retreat experience, face-to-face in person, if you're someone who's quite time poor. So you can learn more about that in the links below as well. So there you have it, my love. May you be the light that's in your heart, from a place of compassion and curiosity.